So, Faris, talk us through what triggered the protest. What are the people demanding?
Yes, Avril. So, as you pointed out, the flashpoint was really the perks for the lawmakers in Parliament. And the people at this juncture are seeing economic slowdown, weakening consumption. And on top of that, they are viewing the lawmakers as rubbing salt on their wounds by demanding for, higher allowances, for example, more housing allowance. And these, frustrations have actually built up over the past few months as Indonesia see layoffs after layoffs, factories closing down because of, the domestic slowdown in that sense. And the requests by the lawmakers are seen as excessive and seen as, the political elites being out of touch with the ground.
The president has been in power for less than a year. So what is he trying to do in order to try to appease the public?
So the political parties met last evening, and the president delivered a statement saying that, they're scrapping those perks, that Parliament needs to be more in touch, with people's sentiments. Some are actually saying that, this, the statement, the intervention should have made earlier, before the fatalities happened to calm the ground. And as you pointed out, Sherry, since President Prabowo took over, it has been a tumultuous, reign for him. There were massive protests earlier in February. The stocks and markets plunged in March because of, concerns over his expensive policies. So right now, for the government, the focus is to calm sentiments. Companies are already instituting work from home policies, out of precautionary measures that, protests could occur today and the ensuing days.
Faris, how much worse might it get for the president? What is the way forward now for him and his government?
Right now, the protest, what is actually sending to the lawmakers and to the government is that, the people are actually, really fed up with the economic situation. There is no stable salaries for them. It is hard to find a job. It is really a wake-up call for the political elites that the people will be watching and scrutinizing their every move. And that, should another display of excessive lifestyle by the politicians would trigger similar protests. Right now, the focus is really to calm the situation. The president has already said that, authorities would take firmer action should there be more, anarchy on the streets. But right now, I think it is really trying to reconfigure how to govern Indonesia better and be more in touch with people's sentiments.
We have Indonesia's inflation data later today. The number is supposed to have stabilized for the month of August. What are we seeing in the broader economy and what the central bank can also do for the country?
Yes, so the central bank has constantly been intervening, whether it's because of geopolitical headwinds or is it because of, domestic instability. On a broader scope, what we have been seeing over the last few months is really weakening consumption. And that's pointing to, multiple factors, which is, people not being able to secure jobs. And those people include graduates, in fact. What you're seeing is that, people are not getting stable salaries because of the loss of jobs. And therefore, they can't really contribute much to the economy. And on top of the domestic instability and on top of the lack of clarity in terms of domestic policies, Indonesia has to contend with, the geopolitical headwinds from the tariffs. So it's kind of like a double whammy in that sense for the country. So right now, what the government is trying to do is just digging its heels and executing its policies. But at the same time, you are also seeing flexibility to intervene in the markets when needed and adjusting the policies when needed, which the president has done so far.